with that Glock on my thigh. Ride hanging out the window, screaming, who wanna die? Savage left, alley with 100 bad habits. Say I need prayer, all I need is my ratchet. Till I swing with the blade, then I pray. Over dead, pray, banging great. For my great milli right, stop my sex. What that mean? I don't know. Till about 4 seconds to that sipping lean. I ain't slow, just make me feel okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Contest to Speed. It's another Thursday night. We've got AM1 action on the table for y'all tonight. Coming to you live from the Netherlands here at Zandvoort. It's the AM1 Championship. I'm Electric Entree. Call me Aubrey Graham, though, because I got the liquor in me going back to back. Did AM2 last night. We're doing AM1 tonight. I'm joined tonight with my co-host, Chubb Tucker. Chubb, how we doing, brother?
Doing good. Excited to watch a reduced grid here at Zandvoort. Usually we got 20 on the grid tonight. Just have a short field of 10, so should be some tight racing here with a bunch of big names in the lobby. So
yeah, it's definitely like a half grid here. Not sure what's going on. The numbers dwindling a bit, but the ones we have are pretty competitive. We got the Mercedes in here, both of them, both of the kick Saubers. We saw in Monaco, SSR William killing it. No Mindset tonight, no G-Boon tonight. Great news for Red Devil. However, we do have that Red Bull of Formula Kai on the grid back again. So he's gonna have some more competition, but He's really got one big name to focus on here tonight, I think.
yeah, he does. And also, you know, if you all haven't checked it out, Formula Kai actually has a YouTube channel, so I'm just gonna do a senseless plug there on that, because he actually has some good content and stuff on there. So go check out my boy Formula Kai there. But also, you're right. He's got some stiff competition here with Pucks and Red Devil, especially after what happened last week with Pucks. So it should be an interesting race.
Yeah, and I'm excited. Looking like a dry session so far. Well, actually, we can do a little weather check here. It's not going to tell us what the race is, but we can get an idea of what this session's going to look like. If I can find my weather. And there it is. So yeah, I mean, we're looking just overclass. Sun coming out right at the end of the session. But Hood Kool-Aid Man sets the first lap of the night. He's got a 1:16.2 to kick us off. And we've got, who else we have? Lead the Follower, Kryptonic Swaying, Silk Weaver, and Formula Kai all out on laps. Let's jump on to, okay, Silk Weaver with a 1:10.3. He's beat Hood Kool-Aid Man. Oh. Lead the Follower coming in. So we'll jump down here to Formula Kai as he crosses the line. Potty starts his hot lap. Formula Kai going pole, 109.5. And Potty just started a hot lap. We'll jump on board with him and that McLaren. Riding solo tonight. And, we said Potty, oh, wow, getting a little sideways there. That's going to lose him a little bit of time. But his first lap of the session, there's still 14 minutes left. But as I was saying, we have Potty, he's looking a lot better than he did last season. He still had some rough luck, and maybe tonight's the night. Half grid, he's guaranteed points as long as he gets classified. I think that's what 75% of race distance. Oh wow, we have a Mercedes there going sideways.
Yeah, Pucks. Yeah, kind of lost it there, but that's correct. Yeah, as long as he completes that, he will get those points. Which is huge, actually, for McLaren in the championship chase there, because I know they're tight in the constructors race with Mercedes. So,
well, we can actually let's check that out real quick. Got these new overlays for our results, courtesy of our very own Canadian BK. But you can see there, yeah, these are the constructor championship results updated as of we did our rerun in Jeddah last week. And so now with the updated results, McLaren's sitting there in P4, 76 points. And they're trailing a little bit behind Kick Sauber now. 15 points behind, and losing ground, really losing ground up there to the top team there, Mercedes. Big 132 on the board. And that puts, they're in first place, and they need all the points they can get. And having one McLaren versus two Mercedes here, both of them guaranteed for points, that's not going to help.
Yeah, and the kicks as well.
So Potty, he put a 109.7 down. We've got Red Devil on the lap. Speaking of the Mercedes, he's got a purple sector too. So we can, we'll jump on board. So he comes through sector 3 here. And I was commentating last night at AM2 with Rob Starr, and right here at this point in the corner, down there at the bottom, right there at the apex, it gets a little bumpy, and we've seen many guys this week going off track right there. Devil 108.722, setting a pole time.
Yeah, that's a strong lap there. And for context, last night the pole was 109.1, so you should see that 108.7. I would say it'll be a little bit lower as long as it stays dry. But yeah, I think that 108.7 is still a strong time.
Yeah. Well, first first time of the session. So plenty of time to make up another lap. We've got almost 11 and a half minutes to go. Let that track rubber in. It's not going to rubber in as fast. There's not as much traffic out there tonight. Lead the follower.
That's true.
He's the only one left out now. Devil setting his hot lap. He's going to be jumping in the pits, looks like.
Yeah, and Pucks looks like he's about to start a lap, and then he is followed by Jay Supreme.
All right. Lead the follower, purple sector 2. So he comes around these final corners here. We'll go with him, then we'll jump on to Pucks. Or did you say Jay Supreme was next?
Well, Pucks and then Jay Supreme. Pucks is actually going around turn 1 right now.
Lead the follower coming half a second off of his previous best. That puts him up in a P3, just ahead of Potty by almost exactly a tenth of a second. Now we'll jump back to that other Mercedes at Pucks. We saw his teammate go 108.7 for pole. And he's looking to move up. He hadn't set a time yet. He's in P8. He's looking to join his teammate up there, get a front row lockout. Or at the very least be P3, be right behind his teammate for the start. And Devil, I'm sure, would love to have Pucks up there with him to help fight off Formula Kai, because we know he's going to be gunning for that P1 off the start. Pucks coming through that.
Yeah, purple sector 2 there.
Yeah, coming out of that DRS zone through that corner complex. Taking a nice line through there. Doesn't get too low. Doesn't get bounced out. We've seen so many guys there bouncing out and hitting the wall. 300 kilometers an hour as he crosses the line for P2 with a 109.4. And 7/10 of a second behind his teammate. But a tenth and a half, or 15 hundredths of a second ahead of Formula Kai. So that's a 1-2 for Mercedes. Formula Kai P3 on his out lap now. We'll jump down here to Jay Supreme in the kick. Him and his teammate both have not set a lap time yet. Supreme goes 111.1, and he'll stay right where he's at, P9. Now we're on board SSR William. We saw him in Monaco, getting that podium position, and had a few things to say in the post-race interview. And
he did, yeah.
He started the pot a bit, but it is what it is. Sometimes these guys are so competitive, and they get really competitive about it. They take it seriously. Sometimes tempers flare a little, but he got that podium spot. He's looking for more tonight. This will be his first lap of the session. Let's see how he does here. Coming out of sector 2. And I don't think it's not going to be a pole time lap, but the only place he can go from here is up, as he's the last one to set a time.
This is true. See what he does.
He comes across P5, 109.7.
Yeah. Wow.
Right
barely
in the middle,
in front of Potty.
Right in the middle of the field there. That's right.
Yeah.
Bumping Potty down to P6. And we'll go on board Formula Kai. He's already Through Sector 2, he's cut off almost half a second off his time. He needs 0.8 of a second to take pole from Red Devil. He can get another 0.3 here, and he doesn't quite do it. 7.59 down. That'll move him up to P2 with a 108.8. Just under 0.1 of a second left room between him and Red Devil. But he does put a sizable gap on Pucks. We'll jump down here. Hood Kool-Aid Man. Is he on a hot lap, do you know? Or did he just complete?
He is actually, I think, starting a hot lap now.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
We'll
he validated the first lap.
That's right. Down almost 0.07 of a second through Sector 1.
Yeah, with the reduced battery, too.
And he goes off, takes out a marker board. And that's going to hurt his time. He's going to back out of it. Maybe go for a little recharge here.
Yeah.
Give her another go. We've got, almost 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes of the qualifying session left. So he's got time to bring it around, do it again. And we watch Kryptonic Swan going wide there, letting the Mercedes by. He's going to take the escape road. So we'll see Red Devil coming through here into the DRS zone. Purple Sector 2. And that's good news for him. He's already got pole. He's looking to extend that gap from him to Formula Chi. Coming through that final corner. Hitting 300 mile an hour before the pit. Or 300 kilometers. And a 108.667. Almost bad news. So 108.667, he extends that gap to Formula Chi with a 108.8. And he's almost he's 0.8 of a second ahead of, almost 0.8 of a second ahead of his teammate now. The Puck's hanging strong there in P3. We saw him back out to let Devil by before. Now he's on his own lap. He's 0.2 of a second slower though. He's going to need to find a little more pace. And he's going to need 0.6 of a second to get ahead of Kai. And I just don't know if this lap has it for him.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but I mean, he's getting a tow right now.
Though. Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah.
He sets a purple sector too, so now he's down a 1/10 and a half. Coming into the final sector.
He'll be close to the 108s here. Man.
Down a quarter of a second. He stays P3, improves his time. Now he's only less than 0.4 of a second behind Formula Chi with a 109.181. So check out this Williams here, lead the follower. He's down 0.168 coming out of Sector 2. We'll go aboard with him. That's a nice line through there, not letting the car get upset by the curb.
Oh yeah, so easy to do.
Down the straight. He shaved a little bit off his time. He's still P4, a 109.509. And that leaves Jay Supreme. He still has that 110.5. Still P10. Potty managing to get ahead of SSR William for the time being. 3.5 minutes left in the qualifying. Still time to improve. And Red Devil is the man to beat currently.
Yes, and he's still yet to leave the pits right now. Kai on that out lap. Looks like he's about to start a lap right now.
Perfect timing. He was following Jay Supreme through that final sector. And he was down 0.7 on his out lap, or maybe that was a glitch by the game there on the timing at the top of the screen. But it looked good anyway. Down 7/10. This track, very tricky. We've seen all week these guys wearing out the left side tires so quickly. And he's down over a quarter second through sector 1 already.
Yeah, he is cooking right now.
We'll take a look at car info there. I mean, yeah, you see it already. Like that front left tire already overheating on the surface. It's just so hard on these left side tires. They wear it double the rate of the rights. Over those longer stints, you can see almost 3 times wear left to right. Just so many high speed right hand turns and hard braking. And tire management, I think, is going to be a big trick to this race this evening.
Yeah, I think so as well. And oh yeah, barely got it, but yeah, Formula Chi goes pole 108.586.
Devil's got a bit of work cut out for him. We got 145 in the qualifying. Still time for him.
Yeah, and he's just now exiting the pit, so he's coming out for his outlap. Shockingly, Pucks has not. Pucks is retired from the session, so he will stick with that 109.181.
He says that's all he's got in him. He's calling it quits now. He's going to save his tires for the race. We were just speaking about that tire management. Oh, and Williams.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No. Yeah,
so the Haas and the kick there having a little bit of contact on that escape road. Not sure what was going on there.
Not really where you want to have a party on this track, but
no, not really. There's not much time left in the session now, so there may be just enough time if they've got enough fuel to run it around one more time, spin the block, and hit it again. But they're going to have to hustle.
They are, yeah.
And that's if there's no damage. You know, he tapped Hood Kool-Aid Man there in the rear with that wing. If he's damaged his wing, that's gonna be bad news on this track. It's Silk Weaver improving by exactly a 10th, but he stays P7, 110.208.
And currently Devil is down 100th, or I guess 17,000 technically, through sector 1. So let's see what he does through sector 2.
Well, he needs to improve by just over a 10th, and he's down 66 thousandths now. Purple sector 2.
Yep. Yeah, goes a little bit wide there, but I don't think it affected him too much. See what he does here.
He's gonna need all he's got here. He wants to take that pole back to Kai.
Got a lot of ERS to use, so let's see. Oh,
and he takes
wow.
it 108.577. Takes that pole position back from Kai there at the line.
That is unreal.
Barely eking it out. 9 thousandths of a second split the top 2.
Phew.
Sar William diving in the pits. He does not improve his time. And we've got Silk. Yeah. We're on with Silk Weaver. Let's jump to Hood Kool-Aid Man here. Jay Supreme coming across the line does not improve his time.
And Hood Kool-Aid
Man does not either. So it's down to Jay Supreme, who's jumping in or Silk Weaver, who's jumping in the pits. So that's going to be our qualifying session for the evening.
Yeah, that's good starting grid here for, you've got the top 5 fast runners right there. I mean, obviously we don't have G Boone and Cameron Bourne / B Schultz / whatever he wants to go by this week. We don't have him in tonight as well, but you still have 3 top runners right up there, and then Lead the Follower and Potty also have a lot of pace. And SSR William, I think, will have something to say about that too. So,
yeah. So here's your starting grid for the race tonight. P1, Red Devil in that Mercedes. Formula Chi P2, just barely 9 thousandths of a second behind. Pucks F1 in that second Mercedes P3. Lead the Follower P4. Potty P5. SSR William P6. Silk Weaver P7. Kryptonic Swang, Hood Kool-Aid Man, and Jay Supreme rounding out P10. Everybody guaranteed points tonight as long as they run 75% of the race distance. We're going to have a treat in here for tonight. I mean, shortened grid, but I think we're still going to see some fireworks. These guys are so competitive. And, any predictions from you for tonight?
No, I actually want to take this time to give a shout out to one of our new corporate sponsors, Trax VR. We are very thrilled to announce that they have a groundbreaking partnership that's just revving up our league. They are the Track VR is now collaborated with us for the first F1 league in North America. So for those of you that are not members of Contest of Speed, we will put that in the chat. But you get exclusive discounts, you get peripheral discounts if you don't have good sim hardware. They also sell merchandise. I picked up a Ferrari shirt this week, giving a little Leclerc love there. But yeah, so great partnership, and we're extremely excited to have Trax VR here at Contest of Speed. So big shout out to them.
That's exactly right. Thank you to our sponsor, Trax VR. Very nice promo from you, Chubb. And we're sitting here now. We're waiting for the drivers to get readied up, get their strategies locked in. Cost Bets is live. We've got a second prediction. The first one got beat pretty early. The bookies in Vegas, they were a little off on their over-under cutoff time there. So we have a new Cost Bets up for you. And we're at the start.
4. And they're off.
And we are off. Here at Zandvoort.
Oh.
For the Contest Speed AM1 Dutch Grand Prix. Going 3 wide through turn 1 there, but keeping it clean, plenty of space. The shortened field does give you a little more room to work with, it seems like. Maybe not starting Puck or Red Devil, getting a little bit of a lock up in turn 1. Those tires are cold. Manages to keep it on track. And he's got a half-second gap there to Formula Kai.
Yeah, and lead the follower already jumped Pucks to go to third there.
Yep, Puck's losing out. He's 8/10 of a second down. So SSR William Kryptonic Swing there going wheel to wheel, getting a little bump in there. Nothing major, nothing crazy. They did make a little bit of wheel to wheel contact as these guys come out of sector 2 now. No huge
it'll
gaps,
be interesting to
spreading out a bit.
It is, yeah. It'll be interesting to see with Devil and Kai both selecting the mediums, whether Lead the Follower and Pucks can keep up with them on the soft tires.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We'll take a moment here. We'll look at the take a look at the tires. Devil and Kai on the mediums. Lead the Follower Pucks on the softs. Potty on the mediums. Oh, William going on the inside of Kryptonic Swang. He gets that P7 from him. Moving on up. Jay Supreme still in the back. P10. William making a good turn in there, getting to the inside, getting around that turn 1. It looks like, Swang goes wide. Swang goes wide.
Wow.
Looks like he just lost traction there. I don't think he got hit. No damage to his car, but that drops him down to P10. He's still with Jay Supreme, though, so he's not out of the pack. Although Supreme is lagging behind almost 2 seconds, and it looks like he's slowing down. And Swang goes to the inside. Can't get it slowed down. Goes wide on the second corner and runs through the gravel. And that, I'm not really sure what was going on there. Formula Kai takes fastest lap. Pucks comes right behind and takes it back. 111. 827. Fastest lap for Pucks F1 in that Mercedes. Currently sitting P4. He's chasing down Lead the Follower for P3. We've got a tight group here at the front. Actually, we've got a tight group from 1 to 8. All running single file, though. Being patient. And Kryptonic has retired from the session. And that's going to bring out a safety car on lap 3 of 36 here in Zandvoort. And as you were saying before,
looks like
our new corporate sponsor, Trax VR, also bringing you the safety car overlay tonight. So they're getting a little double dose of promotion here. And we didn't get to see Kryptonic, he had a decent gap behind Jay Supreme after that little overrun he had the previous lap. And
Yeah,
I don't know if he just couldn't put the power down or what, but
it looks like he looks like the what I would call the 90-degree turn 3 there, essentially turn 4. That's where he invalidated, so, or not invalidated, but it DNF'd. So must have wrecked going through there. Just probably couldn't get it stopped.
Formula Kai looking like he was going to dive in the pits. He thinks better of it. Maybe trying to bait Pucks into the pits behind him. Pucks doesn't bite though. We see SSR William Hook Kool-Aid Man both going in. Jump down there and see what's cooking.
It would be pretty hard at this point. You could say, hey, let's go hard, then let's just run it till the end. But I mean, you would be those tires would be screaming by the end of this race.
Yeah, we're on lap 4 of 36. Plenty of laps in this race. Every lap is so hard, like we said, on those left tires. But they're both electing to take the hards here on lap 4.
Yeah, and I mean, technically you can make it because you're only going to have technically 30 laps of racing as of right now. I mean, there could be another safety car, but you're going to struggle on that. They get really slick.
So with P8 and 9 both going to the hard tires. That's what our current tire setup's looking like. Everybody else on 3-lap old tires. We got Potty here on the mediums. Let's see what his tire wear is looking like. He's already worn 7 and 5% on the left. Like we said, I mean, it's the difference left to right just in 3 laps is huge. And even under safety car, you see how the right side's getting cold and the left side, still has a little bit of heat in them under safety car. It's wild how different the tires wear at this track.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Trying to keep a little heat. Trying to keep a little heat in them. They're weaving back and forth.
Yeah, it's just those right-handers, man. I mean, it gets you.
Here's what the tire wear is looking like. 12 to 14 laps on the softs, 15 to 17 on the mediums. You can look for 18 to 20 on the hards. And Chubb, you said you can make it to the end from here on the hards, but it's going to be a tough go. I mean, you're looking at 30 laps of racing on those hards. I mean, I think a guy would be hard pressed to carry those hards all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you'd be screaming. You'd be like, it would be one of those like you're flirting with a puncture, but I mean, it is possible. It's just that I honestly don't think your pace at that point. I think the fall off would be so much it would have been quicker to just stop again. So
yeah, and I think I tend to agree with you. But Formula Kai getting some big lockups there going under safety car. You see a lot of tire smoke through here.
And I wonder if that's intentional because like when you look at his tires versus like Devil's in front, Kai's tires are a couple degrees hotter on every single one. And safety car is in this lap, so, that will play a major factor. Well, myself included. It's horrible trying to, like, run on a restart just with cold tires. You will spin, and Bandit will kill you from behind. So, whatever. It happens.
Oh, man. Well, he's backing him up early. We've got a shortened field. Everybody caught up pretty quickly, so we had a shortened safety car period as well. Just 2 laps under safety car. We'll take the green flag here. It'll be lap 6 when we go back green. But Kai backing him up. We'll go on board here with Red Devil. See when Kai gets the jump here. He's still holding him back. He's still weaving. We're at the pit entry, and he takes off. And he got a pretty good jump on Devil there. Leave the followers staying close with Devil, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Devil's... he worked it out to about a 7/10 there. That's pretty good. Pretty good little jump.
So we're back to green flag racing, lap 6 of 36. 1/6 through the race. We've got 9 left running in the session. Kryptonic Swing DNFing on lap, retiring from the race lap 3. He will not classify for this race. He will not get any points. All you had to do tonight is finish the race, or at least finish 75% of it, and you will be guaranteed a point, but you have to make it to that 75% mark. So no change, no battling this first lap under green. Red Devil keeping Kai a half second behind. Lead the follower behind Kai. Puck's F1, P4. Audie's still in the race, P5. See a bit of a lockups going into turn 1 there. Nobody's really close enough to fight. They're within striking distance. Not close enough to fight. Kai, we see he's making a little ground on Devil now. Devil getting that jump. He had it almost 7/10 a second of a gap. And Kai's cut it back down to 3/10. He's just taking advantage of that slipstream. He's got DRS now this lap. And maybe this is when we might see him try to make a move, try to stay close through this coming sector with the DRS in this sector, and then sector 3 there, maybe make a pass down that straight.
Yeah, nah. Seems like he's just content to sit back there right now.
Well, if there's one thing we've seen this season, Kai, he's really good at picking his shots and being patient. And
yeah,
seems like the strategy's no different tonight. You know, he can fight with he's got great pace. He can definitely fight on track. But I wouldn't even say conservative. There he goes. He goes to the inside of Devil, getting around. Coming into turn 1.
Yeah.
Great line through there. Devil hanging right with him though. And J Supreme and SSR Williams swapping places in the back. The kicks running together. Hood Kool-Aid Man bringing up the rear. SSR Williams has a 1.5 second gap to Silk Weaver ahead, P6. Kai making that pass on Devil now. He's got a 0.6 of a second gap. He's starting to stretch his legs a bit. Like I said, he was patient. He waited for the DRS to come in. Took advantage of that slipstream in the DRS. That long straight and the DRS coming out of that last corner. Used that to his advantage, getting ahead, and he's continuing to spread it out. Here he comes now. Devil pulling that gap in. He's got DRS. Kai taking the fastest lap, 1:11.767, with a purple sector 3 off that lap 8. Devil really closed that gap down that straight, but it wasn't enough. And now coming through sector 1, Kai's stretching it out again. So I wonder if Devil maybe he focused a little more on speed on his setup. Maybe doesn't have the wings for some of these turns, you know, to take him at speed, or maybe just looking after the tires.
Yeah, and I don't really know on that. I know Kai's got some crazy downforce on his setup, because just the way that the line that he takes through 3 and how fast he goes through that, it's impressive. But if you've got higher wings, you can do that.
Well, and the tire wear between Kai and Red Devil, looking exactly the same actually. No tire advantage between the two of them. That weather. Kai, he's going to lead another lap around here. And we're coming on lap 10 of 36, not quite to the 1/3 point of this race. There goes Devil to the inside. Can he make it stick coming through turn 1?
Oh, yeah.
And he is. And now he's going to want to stretch that gap out. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, and come to think of it, like Devil just did the same line through 3, so I think similar setup sounds about right, because they're both running similar lines.
So now we see they got bunched back up to the safety car, and look how close Kai is there to the back of Red Devil coming through that corner. He is right on him. But he's got lead the follower and Puck's F1 behind, and they're staying right with him too. We've got this lead pack of 4, a 1.8 second gap to Potty and Silkweaver, and then 3.5 seconds to the rest of the pack, 7 through 9. So we've got 3 little groups running around this track now. You can see Devil and Kai kind of pulling away here as the track moves to a more high-speed section, I guess. Kai not going to fight on this one. He's going to take that slipstream, take that DRS, and take another lap looking at that Ineos logo on the back of that Mercedes.
Ooh, good exit there. Yeah. Kai literally right up on the back of him there again.
He's got the DRS. Not a very long DRS section.
No, and that's very hard to pass coming into that.
Yeah, it's good to keep you within though, so you can stay in the DRS coming into this final sector. Let's see what he does here. Burning that battery.
Oh, I think he's gone.
Oh, here he goes.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, that was made quick work of that.
So Kai takes the lead once again. Devil not really fighting him much. I think he knows we're at lap 12, 1/3 of the way through the race. Still a lot of racing left. On a track, we have to take care of the tires. And I think he knows, don't fight it. Just let it happen. Take it back on the straights. And just swap back and forth. And it's just going to be maybe there at the end. I think that's when you're really going to see some of these guys fighting it out, duking it out.
Yeah. A little confusing there. It's still got the safety car graphic up, but
yeah, that's that visual glitch. Oh, the still had the safety car overlay up too. that visual glitch from the we got Pucks and lead the follower going wheel to wheel. Pucks taking that lead away, or taking that P3 from lead the follower.
Yeah, but he has lost DRS to Devil in front. And that is not good.
Yeah, and as fast as Kai is, I don't think Devil wants to slow down to get his teammate in. But look at this, Potty, he's 2 seconds behind, but you can see him there. Oh, and lead the follower using the DRS, getting right back ahead of Pucks.
Yeah. Wow.
So that little fight in there, they were very close to Devil and Kai, and now they've dropped out a 1.5 seconds behind, battling it out through that corner. And that might have hurt them more than it helped either one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they were right there. I mean, they could work together and try to get up there, but those softs are also 12 laps old, so
yeah, let's
yeah,
wow, look at the wear. Pucks here. 41% wear on that front left already. 15% on both rights.
Yeah, when you compare that to the 2 leaders up there of 25 and 23, yeah, it's going to be hard for them to catch up / keep up.
Yes.
But Potty is starting to close that gap. He's already half a second closer than he was last lap.
Yeah, he has been making up a bit of time now. He hasn't been fighting with anyone. He's just been running his race. And Pucks and excuse me. Oh, lead the follower going into the pits to get off those softs. He gets a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane. That's huge for Pucks. He's gonna have to come in and change his tires as well. So lead the follower getting a bit of an undercut on the front 3, or that getting the undercut on that front running pack. Now Puck's all by himself. He's 2.3 seconds behind Formula Kai, who is still right there with Red Devil.
Yeah, and gonna be a long stint there for lead the follower. I mean, typical strategy on this track is that first soft runs about 15 to 16 laps, so a little undercut, but nothing crazy.
So we'll come out on lap 14 with the mediums. He's got that 10-second penalty, and that's going to hurt a lot. Although
Yeah.
especially like with only 10 drivers and as close as they've been, I know we've got these packs kind of spread out, but there's enough. If you get in with a pack and there's enough people there, you're going to drop position. But he's currently
Yeah,
eight seconds down from Jay Supreme in P8.
And like in the event of a safety car, then he could come in and always serve that too.
Yes. Silkweaver and Potty going at it now. We just saw Silkweaver take that P4. But he's on the softs as well, and I think, are those... Yeah, those are old
Potty.
softs. So...
Yeah.
Potty doesn't even really probably have to fight this too hard. Because those softs, they gotta be dying.
Yeah, his front left there is at 51%, so I mean... And then you compare that to Potty's at 36, so...
Yeah, Potty still has the tire advantage. Silkweaver 2.5 seconds back from Pucks in P3, who's 3.2 seconds behind his teammate Red Devil, who is still just hanging in with Formula Kai. It looks like it's gonna be a Kai Red Devil show here tonight.
Yeah, much like what we saw at Red Bull with Schultz and Formula Kai.
Yes. Silkweaver jumping into the pits to get off those softs. Potty retakes that P4. 3 seconds back from Pucks. He's going to have to make up some time here and get with it if he wants to get some DRS. But I think really, for him, with the luck he's had, he probably wants to just keep it on track and finish the race. Probably the most important thing for him. So maybe not push it too hard either.
Yeah, it's true. And Silkweaver comes out behind lead the follower, but with that 10-second penalty, I mean, right now that would not matter. So
Silkweaver also choosing to go to the mediums for his second stint. So he'll have 2 laps fresher tires and lead the follower.
true, yeah.
So he can potentially, stay within that. He has a good chance of at the very least staying within that 10 seconds, and at least gaining one position from that P9 as it stands. But we're about to come up onto well, I guess we are. We've started lap 16 of 36 now. Puck's jumping in the pits. That moves Potty up P3 in the podium. And Hood Kool-Aid Man diving to the outside around Jay Supreme there, or sorry, around SSR William, but he's not going to get the move done.
Yeah.
William holding him off.
Be interesting to see how long that Formula Kai and Devil and Potty all stay out here on this. See if anybody goes for the undercut. Even though those softs, it's going to be hard to run long, but could be interesting to see, like, if they come in together, one goes in the other lap. Who knows?
Yeah. So we see now Hood Kool-Aid Man losing time to SSR William now. He's 8/10 behind. Kai and Devil still very close together. So Hood Kool-Aid Man, SSR William, and Kai and Devil are the only two really within DRS.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I thought Kai he acted like he was going in and then faked and took the lead. Wow.
Well, that'll be the second time we've seen tonight where Kai has tried to bait one of the Mercedes into the pits early. And neither time he's been able to get it to bite, but he got the pass done this time. So it still worked out for him. I think this might be the biggest gap we've seen since the safety car restart between these two. Devil 0.8 behind and losing time, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, he gained a little bit back right there. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, when you look at the ERS, like, it looks like Kai's burnt a lot more, and then Devil is sitting there with about 30% more ERS. So that could have something to do with it too.
Yeah, we see Devil now. He's closing that gap again.
Well, yeah, now
he's
he's
got
got
the speed on
DRS.
the. We know he's got the speed on straight Kai blinking.
Oh,
And he's not doesn't have enough room to get up alongside, but he will draw in right on his diffuser again. A little bit of a lockup from Kai going into the bank corner here.
yeah, and the interesting part for these two is like they're essentially passing the lead back and forth with DRS there, but those passes are not being made until after the start finish line. So, the whole strategy of, oh, I'll just like pass him on the last lap, like I'll wait for that. Like you almost need to make that pass on the penultimate lap.
Yes. Well, and last night in AM1 we saw that happen. DB DeBest, a kick Sauber driver in AM1 or AM2, I'm sorry. He was fighting with the McLarens, and he was in P2 between splitting the McLarens. Made that pass for the lead down that DRS straight on the next to last lap, and was able to hold it off. And yeah, there just wasn't enough room before the finish line to get that pass done. He came up alongside. I think he ended up winning by like 86 thousandths of a second. I mean, very, very close. And but it just wasn't enough room. So I think, yeah, you're right. That pass, if you're going to take that pass for the lead and hold it to the end of the race, you need to do it. The penultimate lap.
Yeah, and there's going to be really hard racing here too amongst these two. Which, I mean, once again, Kai is just all over Devil. But
Jay Supreme in the pits on lap 20. He's going to the softs off the mediums now, so he's got 16 laps to go on the softs. So he wants to ride him to the end. Car will be a little lighter.
Yeah.
He's burned about half. He's burned a little over half his fuel. We're past the halfway point now, but it's going to be interesting to see how that works out for him.
Yeah, and currently, lead the follower would, with that 10-second penalty, would be pushed back to 8th, but he still would be ahead of Jay Supreme. So, out of the positions he could have, it could be worse.
Well, we see now, Bucks, he's within DRS of lead the follower. And
yeah, he is.
Yeah, with that 10 seconds, he doesn't have to get the pass done, but he wants to get by. He needs to get by if he wants to catch up to some of these guys ahead.
For sure, yeah, because they're with that those 20-some seconds it takes basically to do a pit stop here. All these laps right now are crucial for Pucks to like gain as much as he can on the leaders.
Well, and he gets that pass done with the DRS, and now he's going to be looking. He's chasing down SSR William, who's ahead in P4, 4 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, he's got about 18 seconds to the leaders, so it's going to be close, honestly, whenever they go to pit, which I would venture to guess is probably going to be this lap, if not next lap.
Well, and it looks here, Pucks, he's gaining time to SSR William. We can see down there. Got a 3.6 seconds. He's cut it down from 4 already. And lead the follower though, sticking right with Pucks.
Yeah, and so Devil and Kai go around for another. But looking at tire wear here though, Devil is at 43 front left, 38 back left. Kai is at 45 front left, 41 back left. So, you get around that 50%, that's when you hit like a cliff. And you can go past it, but it's tricky.
Well, and both are front runners, I think, yet to pit, I think.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was saying. Yeah, they're
top 3.
And they're both about. Yeah, literally. Yeah, Potty's sitting back there. Oh gosh, his front left is 56% red as a strawberry. My goodness. Yeah, that's hot. Be interesting to see how much longer he stays out.
Well, we're currently lap 22 of 36, getting ready to be 23.
The lead dips in.
Kai jumping in the pits.
Oh,
with a
wow.
10-second for speeding. That's going to be huge
man.
for Devil.
Yeah, now Devil can sit back and chill.
Yeah, even jump. He can jump in the pits. I think we see him jump in the pits next lap. Potty's going to jump in now. And SSR Williams going to get by. And Pucks and lead the follower. Potty dropping down to P6 in the pit lane. He was on the mediums. He's going to the softs with 13 laps left in the race. And Devil, comfortable. 16.4 second lead to SSR Williams in P2.
Yeah, and I think that he will come out behind Formula Kai, but, you know, obviously that's not going to affect him that much. And then I feel like he's going to catch SSR Williams pretty quick, just like Formula Kai's already passed him.
William getting that podium spot in Monaco. Very low speed track. And he stayed with the pack. Stayed pretty clean. I don't think he had any penalties. And it helped him out because there were so many.
Oh, my gosh.
Devil with a 10-second as well. So now it's a straight-up dogfight between Devil and Kai.
Oh, my God.
As they both with 10-second penalties.
And Potty's licking his chops. So is Pucks. I mean, they're both sitting there like happy as can be.
And there goes Kai and SSR William. William, who's already pitted. The undercut looking good for him at the moment. And Kai setting a purple second 3 that time around. Devil coming out just ahead to lead the follower. He's in P3 now. He's got the softs on. But Kai, he's got those softs on. He pitted a lap earlier. He's going to have him up to temp. Now he wants to build a gap if he can, and he's set a purple sector 1. And already put 1.5 seconds on SSR William. Jumping back down here, we see Mercedes lead the follower in between the two Mercedes now. And Pucks, he's in a great position. 3 10-second penalties ahead of him. He's on, I mean, at this stage of the game, he's on for a P2.
Yeah, and the interesting one here is going to be Potty because he's got those soft tires, so he's going to be catching those in front of him, which are on, you know, midlife mediums. But he's really going to be like catching them pretty fast here, and I think dare I say, you may have a podium without Formula Kai and Red Devil. Wow. Never thought I'd see the day.
Well, stranger things have happened. We've got this shortened field tonight. We got 9 cars left on track. We've got 11 laps to go in this race. We're on lap 25 at 36. Audi getting the pass done on Silk Weaver moves him up to P6. 7.2 seconds behind lead the follower in P5. Lead the follower with that 10-second. Red Devil with a 10-second. And Formula Kai with a 10-second. And currently that's 4, 5.1, 5.5, 7. Potty would not, at this stage of the race, would not be able to take advantage of that 10-second from Kai. Devil getting around William there in that middle DRS section. We got a little pack of 4 here, 2 through 4. 2 through 5, sorry. Devil getting to the head of it. Or 1, 2, both with 10 seconds. They've got 11 laps to make a gap here. And Kai getting another fastest lap, 1:10.9. We are almost looking at quali times now.
And William is going into the pit.
Yeah. I don't know. He's on those hards. I think he's already pitted once. I don't know if this was really, I mean, I guess if they were like really worn, he couldn't keep it on track. But man, if you're in P3 and both guys in front of you have a 10-second penalty.
Well, and the guy behind you.
Yeah, I mean, you not just hold that track position?
Yes.
Because he's going to go from P2 all the way down to P8.
Yeah, he takes himself out of contention on this race. Essentially.
Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher for me, but we've got 10 laps to go. Anything can happen. But right now, the man of the hour, Pucks F1. Mercedes still looking to get at least one podium spot here.
Yeah, and McLaren's looking pretty good there with Potty too, because he's on those softs, so he is going to lead the follower.
Let's jump down here to Potty. Take a look here. He's slightly slower at the moment. But we see him on the straight kind of pick up a little speed here. Got a 6-second gap. Lead the follower getting ahead of Pucks again. Pucks knowing he doesn't really have to fight it. He just has to stick with him. So he can use this to advantage. Take care of those tires. So if he needs to fight at the end, he's got the ability to do so. But Potty doesn't really seem to be making much headway at this time to close that gap up.
No, he's not.
He's 6 seconds behind Pucks. 8 seconds. He can capitalize off a lead the followers penalty, but he's going to miss out from Devil and Kai unless he can step on it a little bit here.
Yeah, you're right.
We see Pucks though. He's blinking now, coming out of that DRS zone. Less than 10% battery remaining in his car. He's gonna have to do a little recharge here. Okay, I lied. He said 50%. Maybe he was doing a little recharge, a little harvest in action there. Taking advantage of that slipstream from lead the follower, burning the battery, got the DRS. He's gonna get the pass done. Going into turn 1.
Yeah, and that lap, Potty did take off about 0.6. So.
Oh yeah, he's down to 5.2 second gap, and that's great for him. Well within the distance he needs to be to take advantage of that 10 second from lead the follower. But he's going to need another 4 seconds or so to take advantage of that 10 second from Red Devil as well. So as it stands, we're looking at Pucks P1.
Be Formula Kai and then Devil.
Kai and then Devil. And then Potty and then lead the follower.
Yeah, Potty would be close, but he's not. No, it looks like he's off. Oh, passed by Silkweaver now, so
we've done it
don't want
again.
Don't want to call in a fat lady, but I mean, I think I hear her in the distance. So, man.
Well, as it stands, he's still within that distance he needs to be to lead the follower.
Yeah, and I think when he's going to have DRS here with Silkweaver, so I think that part.
There he goes now.
Yep. So I do think that also whenever he does do these, what we'll just call potty moments at this point, when he goes potty, then then he typically drives pretty good after that. After he's done going potty.
Just has a little moment there, has to lock in, huh?
All right. Hey, we all do better after we go potty. All right.
That's right. That's right. So currently, Formula Kai still at P1, Red Devil P2, Lead the Follower P3. Your top 3 all 10-second penalties. Pucks F1, that second Mercedes. He's P4, Potty P5. And you've got Silkweaver, SSR William, Hood Kool-Aid Man, and J Supreme in P9, rounding out the remaining field on track. We're at lap 30 of 36 now. Everybody now guaranteed to get points in this race. So now you don't even have to finish to at least pick up 2 points. But we've had a clean race so far. Only one real incident from Kryptonic, and you know, I don't know that I don't want to jinx it. I don't know that we're going to see another safety car tonight, especially with this reduced field. You know, these guys are so spread out. Like, other than your top 2, or well, really even your top 2 are spread out. We got 3 and 4. They're the closest 2 on track right now, and they're not really battling. They're just kind of swapping on the DRS straights.
Yeah, and I think that would be just where they're on older mediums. That might be where you would have some bit of a screw up there. But
losing traction from poor tires.
Yeah, or just these curbs are slick, so I mean, you know, you could just hit a curb and lose it. Especially the follower, that front left at 44%. I mean, he's still got 5 laps to go. So
yeah, and I'm looking now at Pucks. He's got a 39% on that front left, so he's got a little bit better tire situation going on. as we see Lead the Follower take the lead, or not take the lead, but take that position again. They're going to swap. But down there, Potty, he had his moment. Silkweaver passed him. He passed Silkweaver back, and he's putting a gap on him again. He's closing in on Pucks and Lead the Follower now. He's down. He's cut that gap down from almost 9 seconds to 7.2. He's got 5 laps left to reel it in even further.
Yeah, and I think that's going to help, pushing him up in the points, but unfortunately, if he hadn't went Potty, he would have been okay. But still, 4th for him is going to be very good as long as everything, find a piece of wood, knock on it, as long as everything stays the same.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Kind of afraid to talk on it much more. I don't want to jinx him. I've already got him a couple times this season, and
yeah,
makes me nervous.
Yeah.
even bringing it up. Here we go. I think we're going to see another pass here. Puck's taking that E3 back.
Yep.
We're just doing the shuffle now.
Yeah, which if they work together doing that, they could technically gap Potty because he's getting towards. He's got 9 lap old softs. So it's going to be 14, 15 right there towards the end of this. So, I mean, they could pull away a little bit, but it's going to be hard.
His left side already worn. I mean, look, you see the wear there: 43% on the front left, 31% on the rear left, and 18 and 17 on the rights. So, just the differential that makes it tough. Some of these corners, especially coming to the right, you're losing that lateral grip, heating the tires up more, which makes it even worse.
It's pretty wild that Lead the Follower on 18 lap old mediums is just now about to touch 50% on that front left. So, it's just shows you how much the fall off is from a medium to a soft or soft to a medium.
Well, we see it now, Potty. He's under 6 seconds. He's under 6 seconds to P4 now. Well, I say that, and then it jumps back up as they come. They have the DRS there, but he is making good time. I mean, he's taken out almost 3 seconds since he went Potty, and well, we've got such a gap now between our P1 and P2. And we see Lead the Follower there. He's 10 seconds behind Devil. I think maybe we were talking about Pucks getting that P1 off penalties, but I think they're too far now. Pucks, maybe he'll get the P3. It'll be a double podium for Mercedes, but I think Ty might still have it in the bag for a P1.
Yeah, that's the way it's looking. I mean, he's not within that 10 seconds. Those mediums just fell off too much.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, but a podium position, still a podium, that's still nothing to be upset about. And we'll see here, SSR William, he's caught up to Silkweaver, right on his tail. As they come around that final corner, start lap 34 for these two. He's gonna go to the inside, and he's gonna get that pass done, and we'll see Silkweaver there diving in behind, try to catch a little bit of that slipstream as they enter turn 1. And if William can gain about a second here, he can move up to spot 2 off of Lead the Follower's penalty.
Oh, and he's on the newest softs on the track, so if anybody can do it, he can.
Yeah,
especially when you're going up against the 20 lap old mediums, but Lead the Follower will have DRS twice per lap, so that doesn't help him any.
Well, and you see here, Potty, he's got that gap now. He's under 5 seconds. He's taking over a second a lap off of P4. We were saying he has his moment, then he locks in, and by God, he's done it.
Yeah.
He's cut that gap down 4.7 seconds and still falling. But we've only got 1 lap left. I don't know if we're going to see him make a pass, but he is going to get some help from that penalty.
Yeah, for sure. We've got the penultimate lap here, and it's been an eventful race. I never would have thought to see the 2 leaders up there with 10-second penalties. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. But here we are, both of them, and I mean, speeding in the pit lane. They've kept it on. They've done a good job keeping it on track, limited. Not getting track of the penalties, but coming in the pit too fast. And this is a bit of a tricky pit entry, just the way it's situated and how short the entry is before you hit that pit line, and you're coming through on DRS and at speed. Sometimes it's tough to get that car woed down before you hit that line.
Yeah, well, I agree. I have to say though, if I was running in it, I would have to just go too slow in there or something if I was in Devil's shoes after I saw Kai get that 10-second. But that's easier said than done. I'm not in the heat of this. I'm just sitting back drinking a beer. So
easy to armchair quarterback these things.
Yeah.
So let's see Pucks get the pass done on lead the follower here, starting the final lap. And this is where we had said, when Devil and Kyle were closer together, this is where you would want to get that pass done if you wanted, for position before the end of the race. But they're not close enough to battle it out. So it's just Pucks and lead the follower. And either way, Pucks is going to have that P4 or that P3 unless just something terrible happens. So his whole goal now, I think, just keep it on track, keep it on track, keep it straight, and he's got that Merc double podium locked up.
Yeah, and then SSR William, if I was him, I would be burning everything in to try to get that under 10 seconds. Formula.
Okay. Well, that was he's crossed the line P1.
Lord.
And Devil crashing it out, breaking the wheel off. Taking that P2.
There you go.
And we see here now, Pucks, he got that pass done on the last lap. Not enough room or not enough time for lead the follower to get ahead. And that double Merc podium locked up. Potty moving up to P4 off the penalty from lead the follower. That's Sarwin going to cross the line, and he's not going to do it close enough. He's needed a one more tenth to move up. So he's going to hold on to that P6. And that leaves Hood Kool-Aid Man and Jay Supreme left on track. And they cross the line almost together.
Yeah. Holding hands, skipping.
Man, it's 10:16 Eastern time. It's amazing how fast these races go when there's only one safety car.
It is. It's wild.
Oh, got a little sass from Formula Kai here as he takes that top step on the podium. Doing the wave. Flanked on either side by the Mercedes drivers. Toto Wolff breaking headsets in the garage.
Yeah, well.
Christian Horner got that smug look on his face. They're going to spray down Adrian Newey with the champagne.
Yeah, well, he's still there.
Going to Ferrari next year.
Has that been confirmed?
I thought it had been. I may be wrong, though, so don't quote me on that. But here is your contest to speed AM1 Dutch Grand Prix finishing order. Despite the 10-second penalty, Formula Kai P1, Red Devil and Pucks at Merc 2-3 double podium, Potty moving up P4 off the penalty from lead the follower, who comes in P5. SSR William, Silk Weaver, Hood Kool-Aid Man, and Jay Supreme rounding out the finishers in P9, and Kryptonic Swang, who DNF'd on lap 3 and brought in that safety car, will finish P10, but will get no points because he did not classify in the race due to he needed 75% of the race finished to get points, didn't make it. No points for him. Kind of like that from Billy Madison. So now we'll try and get our we're going to try and get our podium finishers here into the voice chat, get some interviews going. But man, what a race, Chuck! What'd you think about that?
I mean, I think it was a great race. I think we were robbed a little bit there of the 10-second penalties. That kind of hurt everything. But this goes to show that the undercut works on a majority of tracks because you you don't have to deal with traffic, you know, as much at least. You know, sometimes it works the other way. Sometimes you have to deal with a lot of traffic and you can't gain as much on it. But Devil got caught up behind Formula K there, or got caught up behind. Well, who was that? He was caught up behind somebody whenever he came out of the pits, and Formula K just pulled away. So that hurt, but still a great race.
Yeah, it was definitely definitely something. Yeah, the shortened field helped out a lot on the incidents. There wasn't as much traffic, but it, I mean, still had some good action out there. Still an exciting race, and we've got Kai in the booth now, waiting on Pucks and Red Devil to join in. Um, but I think we can probably go ahead and kick it off. Kai, how's it going, buddy? Oh, did we lose it? Hello, Kai. Well, he's not muted. Uh-oh. Okay, well, maybe he's trying to figure something out on his end. So, we've got Devil and Pucks in here, though. So I think we can probably just, we'll
Hello?
start, we'll start with the Mercedes, and then we'll go back to, oh, Kai, are you here now?
Hello?
Okay, there he is.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah, he's got it working.
okay. Never mind, I
Yes.
take it back. We're gonna start off with our race winner here, Formula Kai. Back at it.
Oh yeah.
Saw him earlier today taking notes, watching the EU1 race, and looks like
Yeah,
it
you
paid
taught
off
me.
there. Although I gotta say, it seems like you probably should have taken a little more note on that pit entry and pit lane speeds. But
I think it's
you and Devil
one of the
both.
informations that you don't pick up when you watch the race.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
did my
and we
homework on everything else.
well, the preparation you put in was enough to overcome that lack of that one bit you missed.
Yeah,
10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and that happened. You jumped in. Devil stayed out. You picked up that 10-second. And we're like, oh man, this is great for Devil. You know, they were going back and forth. You all stayed so close that entire race, and you
yeah,
jumped in, got that 10-second. We were like, oh, it's over for him. Devil's got it, and then he goes in the next lap and does the exact same thing. Uh,
yeah,
which from like just a, I guess, like a competition standpoint was great. Because now you guys were both on even footing again. Um,
yeah.
but what when you cross that line, you got that 10-second. How did that feel? Before he got his. What was
Man, that
going
was
through your
a
mind then?
that was a hell of a roller coaster. I thought this is it, man. There's no coming back from that. And then the exact same, and a lap later, the exact same thing happens to him. Must have followed my line into the pits or something.
Yeah, it seems like it. And speaking of following your line and pit lanes, we saw you a couple times. Looked like you were trying to bait both the Mercedes into the pits early. You like diving out like you were going to hit the pits and then swinging back at the last second. Were you trying to bait them in, or was it just like you're just going wide, or what was going on
No,
there?
I did. There's definitely some type of mind games going on.
Yeah, I mean they couldn't get him to bite, but one of them, I think the second time, you were trying to bait Pucks in, and ended up just passing or passing somebody because he didn't jump in, but you still got a position off the deal. Worked
Yeah.
out, but yeah, it was cool to watch the mind games, and then just buckling down, and y'all like I said, you and Devil stayed so close that whole race until the very end, and I mean you were just
Hmm.
out cruising by yourself. You had the gap, you held on to the P1. I mean, what changed there at the end to let you put that gap on him?
I think it was the undercut and the fact that SSR Williams was, I think it was holding up Red Devil quite a bit there for like a couple of laps at least. And that just allowed me to build my gap. And from there, it was just managing my tires and just bring it home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw some good tire management from you. This track is terrible for tire wear. And you and Devil both staying out so long on those mediums. Um, how was that there towards the end of that first stint? Trying to stay on track. Were you losing traction going around? I mean, you guys were still so fast. and ahead of everyone. But was it a struggle there towards the end, or just kind of you could tell the difference, but it wasn't terrible? Like how did it feel?
I think the mediums are just so good around Zandvoort, but definitely uh, I could feel the tire wear towards the end there. But I pretty much spent the majority of the stint just nursing the tires because I knew if I just pushed like crazy trying to, evade Devil from my DRS, it just wasn't going to work out. And probably I'd lose out on that. And when I think maybe you've seen when the gaps went up a couple of times during the first stint, I was trying to see uh, where the pace difference was. Like, was there any corners on track that was more advantageous to me or to him? So I was kind of like picking up data, as I was racing. So I kind of knew that I just had to play smart in the first stint and just hit him hard in the second stint when he least expects it.
Well, it seems like you sure executed that to perfection. But speaking of like the difference and where the different the pace differences were on that, it seemed like at least especially in the first stint, where we were observing from the booth, but like seemed like you on those laps he would be right with you at the end, like where the track kind of straightens out. You have that DRS zone, like that starts before that last corner into the start finish straight, and he would catch you, maybe pass you, but then like or if you got around him on the next lap you would you would make a gap to him through that first sector in those turns. But then
Hmm.
like when the track started to straighten out, like did he just have more straight line speed than you, or maybe you just had a better line through those like more I guess technical sectors, or what do you was there much of a pace difference there to be found, or what was going on there? Do you think?
I think it was a combination of both because Sector 1 is just basically two heavy traction zones and that's it. And since it was by far my worst sector on the track, so out of pure stubbornness, I just grinded that one sector and pretty much made it my own. And I think coupled with a little bit of more straight line speed, maybe less downforce on his side, but also because slipstream is just so strong this year. Like if you're following a car, you can pretty much just gain 3 to 4 tenths in a single lap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a great race, man. Congrats on that win. Um, I think that's it from me. Chubb, any questions from you before we move on to our Merc double podium finishers?
No, no, just an observation, really. Yeah, I could tell that you were fast. Like we went on board with you one time, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like his line through turn three is like unbelievable. Like, and then the next lap, again, and literally you were like 3 tenths ahead, and then you jumped up like 8 tenths. Like by the time you'd already got through like those sweeping curves right after that, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy." But then the next lap, Devil got around you, and I was like, okay, well, he just did the similar thing. So, you know what? Maybe they're running similar setups because
Yeah, it was
I don't
pretty close.
understand. Yeah, but no, that impressive race. And then also during the race, gave you a plug to your YouTube channel, so I'll do that again. Everybody go check out Formula Kyle on YouTube. He's got some great content, and
Hey,
as you
appreciate the
all can
shout out.
see, excellent racer. So, great win once again.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations, man. All right, with that, we're gonna jump over here. P2 Red Devil back
Hello.
back again. Man, what a race!
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I'm starting to count how many wins I'll throw away this season, but I think that's more than the number of wins I have. But oh well, it is what it is.
Well, it was hard
What?
fought there till the end, but it's just the way it happens sometimes. But we said it earlier. Like Kai caught that 10 second. We was like, oh, Devil's got it. He's got it. And then you came around did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Just
by 1 kilometer. So
wow.
I was at 61. I looked at the replay instantly. I was like, okay, I thought I slowed down like enough, and I guess I wasn't.
So so
Wow.
what's the catch there on that pit entry? Is it just coming out of that? You're in the DRS zone. It's a pretty high speed section of the track. just not slow down early enough, or just tricky pin entry, or what? Like what's the catch there?
I don't know. I think I just misjudged a little bit. I think because the tire wear was so high, maybe I broke a little bit too late. I want to say. Because I was like, okay, I practiced that print entry because I knew every time, like I did a practice race once or twice, and every time I pit, I was always over the limit. So I was like, okay, probably need to figure out where to brake on this one, and then I probably broke like a fraction too late.
Well,
Mm.
keep that in
Even
mind
though
for next
he
season, then maybe.
really skipped. Yeah. Oh
um,
well, it
yeah,
happens, I
it
guess.
is what it is.
It is what it
Um,
is.
Yeah.
so then Kai mentioned also in his interview, you all like he came in the pits a lap ahead of you. You came in the
Mhm.
pits, and he said he thought maybe SSR William was holding you up a little bit, and that allowed him to create that gap there in that last stint of the race. Is that what
Yeah.
happened, or?
Yeah, I think I lost about 2 seconds because when I came out, I knew I'd be behind him, like essentially because we were doing 112s, maybe low 113s. I don't know, but I don't remember at the end of the stint there. But yeah, because when he came out, he was doing like 10 9s immediately. So yeah, that's about 2 seconds. I knew I'd be 2 seconds behind, but I didn't factor in. I thought I would come out ahead of SSR Williams. I think I just got a little bit frustrated there with the 10 second, and probably it botched that a little bit. But yeah, I think. Yeah, with him, with me behind him, I lost about 2 seconds, I think, easily. I was down about 4.5, and then I was like, okay, I was just trying to go as fast as I can so I can keep P2, and then after that, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna catch him unless he makes a mistake. So, although in the last lap I did get a radio message saying Kai is out of fuel, so I was like, oh, okay, last two turns, let me see what's gonna happen. But I don't think it was really.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was. He still
I
got
don't
you.
know what Jeff was taking
Well,
there.
I don't know about you, but it
He,
seems every race I have, they come in halfway through the race, they've lost tire pressure sensors. So maybe
yeah, I
maybe
think
the
I got
fuel
that.
sensors are pretty low quality sensors as well. Uh,
Yeah, I think I got that message at some point. I don't know.
well,
Yeah,
man, that was a heartbreaker for you. So close, and you all raced so close, and just the traffic getting you. Uh, you know, Pucks
yeah,
Pucks was right there with you there for a lot of that, especially that first stint. I mean, y'all it was like a pack of 4 or 5 there to start that race off, and then the safety car came out, and you all kind of stayed together. Then that gap started to form, and it was just you and Kai. Um,
yeah.
how
I
what?
think it was probably because they were on the soft tires.
Mm,
I think as the laps went on, they lost a little bit of traction. I think that's what I heard Puck say. I think lead the follower at a moment or something like that. So yeah, that's when we were able to break away. And yeah, I was surprised though when we came out ahead of them. Honestly, I thought there'd be a few miles down the road, but yeah, not miles, but yeah, uh,
it's
a
okay. We're in
few
America.
seconds
We can
up
say
the road.
miles.
Yeah.
Well, technically, if they're miles down the road, then they're probably lapped us. But
Well, that's
yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
yeah, a few seconds. I thought they'd be a few seconds up the road, is what I mean. But yeah, we came up ahead of them, and then I was like, yeah, I was pushing to get that gap over 10 seconds, and then I was just cruising.
Well, it certainly worked out. You managed to hold on to your position. Lee the follower also got that 10-second, kind of relieved a little pressure from you. I don't think you'd have been too upset to lose your spot to Pucks. So that certainly had to help. Puck's doing a great job coming in there, picking up the pieces, and getting that double podium. But I think that's it for me. Um, Chubb, any questions from you before we move to Pucks?
No, no, just great race. It was fun to watch between you and Formula Cup up there in the front. Like y'all were pulling away, and then also like it was just one of those things that like we were just assured that it was going to come down to the wire, and then it just throw a monkey wrench into the whole scenario, and we're like, oh my gosh, and then you just happen to get held up, and it kind of was one of those things that you know we didn't get our Hollywood ending on it at least, but No, still a great race though, and great P2 there.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Congratulations to Pucks and Kai as well.
All right. Pucks F1. How's it going?
Yes, sir. Not too bad, not too shabby. How are
Yeah.
you?
I'm doing great, man. It's great to have you in here finally. Uh,
Yeah,
kind of flirted with it all season so far. We finally got you in here. Uh,
it's
man,
about time.
what a race, man! Staying clean, way to go on that one. Taking advantage of that 10 second. Which did you finish on track ahead of him of lead the follower, or did the 10
I,
second get
I,
you ahead?
yeah, no, I did. There was the last lap, and I had more battery than him, and I knew that I had more downforce on him because I was just flying in the corners. So I just wanted to keep it clean, and I honestly wanted to finish on track because kind of sucks not finishing on track, even though he had that 10 seconds. Yeah, just kept it clean. I was very fortunate. It was very very fortunate that he had that 10 seconds, and just had to keep it clean.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did see you make that pass at the end of the the next to last lap. I remember that now. Um,
Hmm.
and then we saw you both there in that last stint. He had that 10 second, so I guess you knew you didn't really. You just had to hang with him, really. Um, we saw you swapping positions back and forth. Was it more like you were working with him, or just not really fighting it, knowing that you as long as you stayed with him, you were getting that position either way?
Honestly, I was just keeping up the pace. I mean, I was just not fight. I didn't want to fight with him because I didn't want to lose too much time to Potty, who was in P5, even though there was a 5 second gap. But I guess we had very equal pace. We were just like having a friendly, 3 and 4, 4 and 3, just switching around. Nothing too aggressive. We played it smart. Didn't want to take each other out, and luckily everything was clean. He knew that he had that 10 second, and coming into the last lap that I didn't have any penalties, so he didn't want to risk anything. So I just had to. It was a pretty straightforward race for me. Luckily, no penalties, unlike Canada. I probably it was over the record.
Yeah, it was like
So yeah,
19 or 20 something seconds, I think.
it was 19. Thankfully, I didn't hit that 20 second mark. So yeah, just I was pretty happy. It felt like honestly, it feels like a win to me, even though like I know that I don't have the same pace as Kai and Devil. Which congratulations to both of them. So it kind of feels like a win to me. Second podium in cost. So pretty happy with that. Yeah.
Well, we'll call it a moral victory. And I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
definitely it was a great race by you. Very smart, clean racing. And
Yeah.
also, I mean, he's not in here with us, but lead the follower. I mean, he had a great race as well. That 10 second, I think it could have been a very different race between you two if he didn't have that penalty. I think it would have been a lot more fighting probably for that last podium spot. But it was good. It was good on him to not be too aggressive with it. Like, it was nice. You all were still racing. It was good to watch you still race, but do it cleanly and smartly. So congrats to you
Yeah.
both on that and racing with cooler heads and being smart about it. But
Yeah.
still managed to put on a show for the viewers. Um,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, I don't know, man. Just that was great, and staying penalty free, taking
Mhm.
advantage of that was great. Um,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
and I think other than that, like, man, I think we've about covered all the questions I've had
Mm.
for tonight's race. Anything left, Chubb, before we get out of here?
Just the last one would be, you all both were on like old mediums there at the end. Did you find that like hard there towards the end? Like, were you losing a lot of traction? Like, was it getting slick, or how was that there towards the end for you?
Honestly, I don't remember which lap it was, but coming into the finals couple laps, in turn one where the curb was on the left side, I had a little tiny moment, but it wasn't too serious. I was just, keeping up the pace. I think there was like 5 tenths, so I knew that I was faster in the corner, so I was catching up pretty quickly to stay in his DRS. But yeah. Honestly, after that, like yes, it was getting harder and harder, but I was just adapting and just was very, very careful on the throttle because I knew if one little one little push too much, I would have been in the sand or probably DNF'd somewhere. I don't know. Didn't want to lose my P3. So yeah, I just kept it very nice and smooth. It wasn't too much strong on the power, and yeah, luckily it worked out for me. So pretty happy with that.
Yeah, great job, and great podium once again. It was a great race from both of you all, and it's good to see like friendly back and forth like that, like where you're racing good, and neither one of you is trying to take the other one out, because really he would have every incentive to try to wreck you, especially with that 10 second. But good on him for not doing that as well.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
All right, and with that, one more big congratulations to our podium finishers: Formula Kai P1, Red Devil P2, Pucks P3. The Mert double podium in effect, and that's gonna add some points to that championship battle. But Kai, he's gonna stretch his lead just a little bit more there for the drivers' championship. Congratulations to all three of you. And with that, just one more order of business to take care of. I say it every race. Didn't get a chance this time because we only had one safety car. But if you like what you've seen on track and you'd like to be a part of this action, exclamation point Discord in the Twitch chat will send you a link to our Contest of Speed Discord. Join up. It's a great community to be a part of. We've got tiers for all skill levels, American and European divisions, and we'd love to have you come along, join us on track. We're always looking for drivers, clean racing, stewarded, and a great community to be a part of. And even if you aren't interested in competitive racing in a league environment, it's still a great community. Lots of people here, friendly, and if you just like watching F1, playing F1 video games, or even if you have other interests outside of that, like there's a little something for everyone in the Discord. So be sure to check out that link in the Twitch chat, exclamation Discord, if you haven't used that command already. And give us a follow on Twitch if you haven't. It helps us spread the channel, get more viewers in here, and in turn, getting more people to join the community as well. And with that, I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you for joining us for another round of Contest of Speed AM1. We'll be back next week from Belgium, running the track at Spa, and that'll start Tuesday night, 9 p.m. UK for EU3, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for AM3, and we'll be going 9 p.m. Tuesday through Wednesday, both UK and Eastern Time, from Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. But until then, I'm Electric Entre, along with my co-host Chubb Tucker. Thank you for joining us, and good night.